everyone, my name is Abby Bliss White and welcome to my channel. Today we are going to recreate the makeup look that I got done at the Chanel Atelier Beaute. So I had the pleasure of going to one of their happy hours in Soho, and I had the sweetest little Chanel makeup artist recreate this look, playing with a lot of fun Chanel products such as the new holiday collection. So if you are interested in seeing how she created this look on my face, as well as learning a little bit more about some of the Chanel products, then let's go ahead and get started. Okay, let's try to recreate what the Chanel artist did on my skin. First of all, that was so much fun going to the Chanel Atelier Beaute. Definitely recommend it, and if you can, definitely make an appointment for the 30-minute happy hours. You go in, you can use the $30 towards product, and she just did a refresh on my skin and we just had a really fun time together. So first she prepped my skin, and I'm actually going to use, it's the HYDRA Beauty Micro Serum. Now, I do not tend to use Chanel skincare due to the fragrance. She did tell me about the Solution 10, which I've actually bought before from Chanel, and that's like the one product in their line that doesn't have any fragrance. So I'm gonna take this serum, and it's just a very nice hydrating serum. It smells good. My skin does not really care for a lot of fragrance in actual skincare. And I'm just gonna place it underneath my eyes. So she just kind of prepped my skin like that. So it gave me a little bit of hydration. I'm gonna take the extra on my hands. Now, she used two foundations, and she started with BEIGE, and this is the Eau de Teint water tint. And it was so funny because I have so many Chanel products that everything she was using I had already owned, and so I was like, we gotta try some new things so I can purchase some things from you. But that's the thing, they're not even about that. They want you to come and play. It is not high sales at all. Okay, so taking a little bit of that, and I'm just going to take my brush. You guys, I didn't bring down the Chanel brush, so I'm just going to be using my IT Cosmetics. And she just prepped my skin with this first. And then she uses the Ultra Taunt kind of as a concealer almost. So that was kind of interesting. She only just kind of spot checked. So we used most of the water tint. So I'm just gonna put this on, and you guys, this is one of my favorites. Again, it's just hydrating. That's what I'm learning as I am getting older. Just hydration is the key, and less coverage, kind of letting your skin show through. So that's kind of a hard, I like a little bit of coverage, but she was really wanting to play up the skin. So we just kind of, she put it all over. So again, you guys, Ultra Latant was a kind of surprise foundation for me because this is a little bit more matte, but I have to say I really enjoy it. So what she did was she just took a little bit, you guys, she kind of just used it as, you know, she said she was gonna kind of just spot conceal with it. So again, she took a brush, and I'm using something a little bit similar to what she was using. This is the Giorgio Armani, I think it's Maestro. And she just took a little bit of this with her brush and then just kind of dabbed right through the areas where I need a little bit more coverage, and just kind of a light hand. That's what I would say. She didn't do a ton with this guy, but I appreciated having a little bit more coverage where I needed it. She did kind of go up underneath my eyes with this foundation, nothing too much, but just kind of right underneath, kind of giving a little canvas which to work with for the eyes. That is about all she did on my complexion. Now, one thing that was interesting is I always like to do complexion first and then eyes. And that was the same with her. She said many artists like to do eyes first and then complexion. But for me, I sort of like to see the canvas first. And she agreed that she likes to do skin first so then she can see how much eyes that she actually needs to do. So she pulled out the SOLEIL Tan de Chanel, and we again were sharing our love for this product, and she just kind of put a little bit on my skin, warmed it up just right through the cheekbones, a little bit on my nose, a little bit on the forehead. One thing I noticed with all of the artists when I was there, everybody just came out looking like themselves, but just enhancing their natural beauty. So that's the one thing I like about Chanel. It wasn't really super made up, just sort of classy. It was just kind of fun to see what all the artists were doing on everybody. So highly recommend going, and I would definitely go do it again. That was so much fun. Now, she did not use any concealer until later. So she was so excited to play with the Chanel Holiday Quad. So it was kind of funny because I said, oh, I already own it, but she didn't care. She's like, this is perfect for your eye color. And I was like, it is my favorite. You guys, this one is a standout. I think it's great for any eye color, but if you have hazel eyes, I really think that you're gonna wanna get your hands on it. So she started with my favorite color, and we were laughing. I was like, oh my gosh, it's the best color ever. And she put that all over the mobile lid. And she brought it up into the brow bone, just a light wash of this color. Then she went in and she focused on this color, kind of in the crease and the outer V. So she just took a little bit of that color and built that up. And it was funny, I think it was the first time she was really playing with it. So she was having fun creating a little look with it. She took a little bit of this color here on a little bit of the smudger brush, and she ran that underneath my lower lash line. Then she took that same color here and went just a little bit close to my lash line. Once she did all of that with just these two colors, then she went in with the khaki. And again, she sort of just went in outer corner. She kind of mixed the two. So she just sort of went in and then brought that up just a little bit through the crease. Almost just like the V, and then with a slight hand, just a little bit through the crease. So she kind of used that more like a side pop color. Then she slightly kind of blended everything out softly. We're not done with the eyes, but she primarily used these two and the khaki. She skipped this guy. Then she pulled out the new favorite eyeliner that I love, and she used the BRUN AGAPE. So she kind of focused more on that brown with a little hint of the green. And then she tight lined my eyes with the BRUN AGAPE. You guys, I fell in love with this. So this is her favorite eyeliner ever. She was kind of surprised I didn't own it already. She put it in the waterline and then just slightly smudged underneath. She also loves purple chalk, so we had a laugh because I was actually wearing purple chalk that day, and so there was a teeny bit of that left. Then she went in close to the lash line, and she was kind of just going right near in between my lashes to define my eye a little bit more. Then she used the Chanel Volume de Chanel mascara. So I'm gonna put on mascara and clean up my brows real quick. I'll be right back with the rest of the face. Okay guys, this is basically what she did for my eyes. Mascara, she fixed the brows. Not too heavy, just enough to define them, trying to get better at brow work. Then at that point, she did go ahead and powder down through the T-zone. So she used a little bit of just their classic loose powder, not too much because she said it is kind of mattifying. And actually, okay, this is what she created for my eyes. She sort of defined the brows, nothing too dramatic, but kind of taught me just to bring my little side. Then she defined my brows a little bit, put on mascara, and then she went in with a little bit of concealer. So I was telling her my love for the Rose Corrector. She said that's great. She used one of their traditional concealers just like this, but she only used a teeny bit because I had just said it's a teeny bit drying for my skin type, and she sort of agreed. She actually went in just slightly, and she told me just to use a little beauty blender and then just kind of bring it underneath the eye. So I'm just gonna lighten up right here, guys, in that little socket area, just like this. Nothing too dramatic under there. She actually was saying she likes using that Ultra Tenue on more mature skin as kind of foundation underneath the eye. And then I'm just gonna kind of pat through here before we powder down. Okay, so just taking a little bit of this now, and she wanted to keep the glow going, so just went through the T-zone with what she had on her brush, and then kind of just swept the excess on to the rest of my face. Then for blush, she used the color Malice. I'll put a picture, you guys. It's kind of a pop color, and they didn't have it in stock, but I went ahead and pulled out Rose Initial. And again, this is kind of a poppy pink. The Malice is almost like a little bit of a reddish pink. Like, it's a pop, but it literally like lifted up my complexion. She was definitely like, blush is the key. She's a big proponent of blush. I think especially with your more mature clients, with everybody, but you know what, a little blush can just kind of liven up your whole complexion. So we're gonna just put a little bit of pop of color. She focused on the apples and then just kind of brought it out. So again, this is a nice little poppy color. But anyways, we'll check out that Malice if you guys have it. That was one she just loves. Like, that's one of her favorite blushes. She just says it pops everybody's complexion. Next, she pulled out the illuminating powder. This is in the metallic peach. She's in love, I'm in love. So first thing she did was she took her finger, and you guys, it's just a super pretty little highlight, and she popped it on my eye. So just kind of right above the pupil, just to kind of pop the eye just a little bit. A little bit of metallic peach right on that eye. Taking a brush, you guys, I'm just going to pat that in right there, but it definitely kind of added a little glam. And then she put the excess that she'd already put on just a little bit right in that socket area. She went in with a little bit of this for my highlighter, and we were both laughing. We love this one. So she loves this because it's sort of a fleshy color and it's subtle enough. So do you see how that just pops your skin? Really pretty. So you guys love this. So she was just as thrilled with the holiday collection as I was. Then for lips, she didn't actually line my lips. She just went straight in with the Rouge Coco Flash in Live. But I'm gonna line mine with my favorite. This is in Natural. Just give myself a little bit of definition. Then taking this shade, you guys, this is a true must. I love it. And she said this is her favorite color. Like, she pretty much has to get everybody hooked on it. I love this shade, you guys. It is so moisturizing. I think it just kind of lifts the complexion. It is a must-have. This would make a good stocking stuffer as well. This essentially was all of the products that she put on my face. And again, we had such a fun experience. Then I walked over and I did the perfume experience where I smelled all 60 of their perfumes. And I was laughing because I actually had picked out like the original Coco. I said that was sort of like my New York fragrance because it smelled kind of like strong, and just what I think of New York is hustle bustle, and it was just sort of funny. But in general, you guys, my second choice was Sycomore, and this is in the Exclusives, and this is sort of a fun unisex fragrance, and it just is really, I love it so much. So this is Sycomore. I'm gonna put that on now, and that completes my Chanel experience. Love Chanel. I always have a little soft spot in my heart, and I just was thinking about my mom the whole time because we would have had a ball if we had gone together to do this. So anyways, this was a fun experience, you guys. I hope you enjoyed the look that she created for me, and I will list all of the products that she used on my face below. I hope you guys have a fantastic rest of your day, and I'll talk to you soon.